Ancient Rome, a civilization forged in fire and defined by the strength of its legions. From its mythical founding, Rome was a state at war, turning a small settlement into an unstoppable empire. Legend says it was founded in 753 BC by Romulus, a son of Mars who established the city through blood and conquest. The early republic saw Rome unify Italy, overcoming fierce tribes through discipline and superior tactics. By the 3rd century BC, the Roman war machine was ready to face its greatest rival, Carthage. In the Second Punic War, the brilliant general Hannibal invaded Italy, dealing Rome a series of crushing blows. At Cannae, Hannibal executed a perfect double envelopment, slaughtering over 50,000 Roman soldiers. But Rome refused to surrender. Scipio Africanus took the fight to Africa, finally defeating Hannibal at the Battle of Zama. Victorious, Rome turned its eyes east, crushing the successors of Alexander the Great in a series of brutal wars. By 146 BC, Carthage was leveled, and the Mediterranean had become a Roman lake. Internal success brought civil war. Rival generals turned their legions against each other, tearing the Republic apart. Julius Caesar forged his power in the Gallic Wars, conquering vast territories and millions of people. At Alesia, Caesar's engineering and military genius trapped the Gallic tribes, sealing his legend. Crossing the Rubicon, Caesar sparked a final civil war, defeating Pompey the Great to become dictator in perpetuity. The clash at Actium between Octavian and Mark Antony ended the civil wars and birthed the Roman Empire. As the first emperor, Augustus established the Pax Romana, but the borders were still defended by iron. In AD 9, 3 Roman legions were annihilated in the Teutoburg forest, halting expansion into Germania. The empire reached its territorial zenith under Trajan, following his brutal conquest of Dacia. By the 3rd century, the empire faced near collapse under constant barbarian invasions and internal strife. To defend the state, Constantine moved the capital to the east, establishing the fortress city of Constantinople. The Western Empire, centered in Rome, buckled under the weight of migrating tribes fleeing the Huns. In 410, for the first time in centuries, the gates of the Eternal City were breached and Rome was sacked. By AD 476, the Western Empire had fallen. The last emperor was deposed, marking the end of the ancient world. Yet the Eastern Empire endured, carrying the Roman torch for another 1,000 years as the Byzantine Empire. The backbone of Rome's power was the individual legionary, a professional soldier of unparalleled discipline. Their tactical innovations, like the testudo formation, made them impervious to enemy fire. Roman engineering turned every battle into a scientific conquest, using massive siege engines to level city walls. The civil wars pitted brother against brother as the world's most elite soldiers fought for total control. In the east, Rome faced the Sassanid Persians in a centuries-long struggle for dominance over the Silk Road. At Adrianople, the Emperor Valens was defeated and killed, a catastrophic failure that signaled the end. Rome's final great victory came against Attila the Hun, a desperate alliance that saved Europe from total collapse. For a Roman soldier, life was defined by the camp and the march, a cycle of labor and preparation. The loyalty of the legions was bought with silver, making the emperor dependent on the army's favor. To conquer the sea, Rome adapted, inventing the corvus to turn naval battles into land fights. The eagle standard was the soul of the legion. Its loss was the ultimate disgrace. At the furthest edges, massive walls like Hadrian's defined the reach of Roman civilization. Rome's strength lay in its ability to adapt, incorporating the weapons and warriors of those they conquered. The second sack of Rome by the Vandals left the city a hollow shell of its former glory. The final collapse was not a single battle, but a slow descent into the shadows of the Dark Ages. In the east, Roman science endured, using secret weapons like Greek fire to hold back the tide. Today, the ruins of Rome stand as monuments to a military power that shaped the destiny of mankind. Though the legions are gone, the world they built remains the foundation of our modern age. The Eternal City may have fallen, but its empire remains eternal in the mind of man. Thank you for watching the rise and fall of Rome. The legacy of the legions lives on.